Hello and welcome back to Path to Nowhere again. Another event is here, and as you can see, 9 days left. But that's just the remaining time of the event. The actual gameplay of the event usually is probably going to be lasting like 6 days or something, but whatever. It's a rerun. It's one of the older ones that I failed to play, and well, I've never played this myself neither, so I don't think that I've already played this, and I'm just showing you. I've never played this. I have no idea what the story is, anything. Well, let us begin. Raging Sands, the stars point the way to the boundless sands. The location is S-Land. What is that even supposed to mean? But whatever. I thought there was going to be a video or something at the start of this, but maybe not. Island Trade Post probably brings us to the trade. Yeah, this brings us to the exchange area. This is probably. Oh, this is just a rerun thing. It's fine. This is for. You know what the thing is? I have this sinner, Kawa. He's a tank, I believe, and whenever I interact with him, he always talking about like white sands. So we will now know what the white sands are like. We are at the derailed route right here, and complete event FAC 1132. Yeah, of course. So FAC 101. Let's begin with FAC 101 joint operation. The desert bandits are rampant and unknown forces are involved. The FAC has given the order. You will head to White Sands. I don't understand. Are there sinners involved? Because otherwise, usually, this is not the job of the MBCC. FAC given the order and you will head to how could they give an order to the MBCC's chief? They could have requested his help, in which case I'm assuming there are sinners involved. They should really phrase this better. There was no intro video, by the way. Let me just say that, because I thought there was gonna be an intro video, because I always miss those, but I have not accidentally clicked on it and there is no intro video. I have not done that this time around, is what I'm trying to say. That looks amazing. That does not even look like it has been like, is it even, I can barely even tell that this is like generated rather than, created rather than being a real location. That looks amazing. I forgot what those things are called. The ones like flat plateau sort of areas that are sticking out of the sand. I do believe they have a specific name until it is just plateau, in which case, whatever. After frantically opening your eyes, a wide desert comes into focus. You're squeezed and pushed forth by the surging crowd. Yet no footprints are left behind you. How do you even know that? Did you turn around? Okay, let me look at that one. Ooh, a sandstorm. The sandstorms in these areas can get ridiculous. Like, holy shit levels of ridiculous. The sand in sandstorm is usually, I believe, lighter compared to the sand that is on the ground. Usually the surface sand gets grinded down because of the wind. And it's like, at some point, so light that it can just form these sandstorms. In the blink of an eye, the massive sandstorm blanketed the sky with an ear-splitting roar slammed into you from all sides. I mean, he's probably gonna die if that's the case. Usually, unless his head is covered or something, he's probably not gonna last too long in there. One by one, countless figures are disintegrated into tiny specks of dust across the infinite desert. Only one figure stands firm in the midst of the storm, extending a helping hand towards you. Did they send the MBCC chief on a fucking, on like a normal plane or something, with like public plane? At least get him a charter plane or something. Echoes from the abyss keep murmuring in your ears.
Come to where I am. This is where you truly belong.
It was a dream. Makes more sense. You jolt awake from the sandstorm, greeted by the familiar ceiling of your sleeping quarters. Lately, you've been dreaming the same eerie scenes over and over again. You've lost track of how many times these dreams have recurred. Seems like something is calling to him from the White Sands. Probably a sinner. For what purpose? I don't know. I hate these in games, by the way. Like these bookshelves that move on like a platform or something. These suck in video games. It's like, oh, rotate one, move on to the second, rotate second, move on to the third one, rotate third. Like, it's just like tedious. I have read this. The tasks you have at hand are numerous but trivial in nature. There hasn't been any major trouble from the centers in the Bureau, and your health report shows that all is well. Thus, there can only be one reason for this abnormal situation. Look at the surveillance feed from the lab. A dull grayish-white crystal sits inside a sealed chamber. The lasers scan it repeatedly, but the values shown by the device remain flat. It is clear that it has long lost its reactivity. A crystal with dim colors. FSE sent it to MBCC for inspection. After various careful inspection, the MBCC has not found anything special about it. This is the special crystal that the FSE sent over for analysis not long ago. The ash crystal, which also marks the beginning of your strange dreams.
You're awake. Chief Guillotine of the Outland Affairs Bureau is requesting internal communications access.
Internal communication access? Is he asking for a connection to the intercom?
He wants to discuss the special crystal with you. He also has a cooperation proposal.
Allow access.
Hello, MBCC Chief. I'm Guillotine, Chief of Outland Affairs Bureau.
Why did he say it like that? That sounded so weird. The Outland Affairs Bureau, officially the Dis City Outland Affairs Management Bureau, is responsible for coordinating and managing matters pertaining to the city's external relations with such as trade, diplomacy, and migration. Here's the thing: where else is there to live? Wasn't there like a huge phenomena where like the entire world is like livable, and only like this city and these areas are only the ones like where you can live, like non-habitable or something like that. I do remember something like that. Maybe I'm just like reaching here, but like it was something along those lines. Maybe not exactly that, but it was something along those lines. I hear that the analysis assigned to your office has not progressed at all. I'm very concerned that this will affect our next collaboration, a very important one.
Do you remember the White Sands Crisis Cooperation Proposal submitted by the Outland Affairs Bureau? FAC has approved it and sent the application to the 9th Agency with the decision that MBCC would join alongside in battle.
With the decision, so FAC is above MBCC. So MBCC is probably like a branch of FAC then. But FAC deals with all sort of matters. MBCC like specifically deals with this, but we still are under their command, maybe, because sent the application to the 9th Agency with the decision that MBCC would join the battle. So yeah, I think FAC might be like a governing body over us. And I do not know the 9th Agency. I literally do not have any. I know more about Paradisos than I know about 9th Agency. His name is Guillotine, by the way. I mean, it's Guillotine, but like, come on now. Yes. I certainly remember how the FSE instructions were to prioritize the analysis of the ash crystal.
It is precisely because nothing came of your analysis, and we can only give you a new combat mission. As you know, we now hold the only strategic resource that can withstand the apocalypse, hypercubes. Thus, we have repeatedly surmounted the barriers of White Sands navigation and pilotage. Thanks to years of endless toil by the Outland Affairs Bureau, this city has been able to build a huge trade network in White Sands, negotiate with the Outlands by using hypercubes as leverage, and become the center of the world and the beacon of human renaissance.
Right, what he said is not completely out there, because the apocalypse was the thing that I was talking about. Most areas are like distorted and messed up because of the mania since the apocalypse, and hypercubes is one way to like stabilize the environment. They're kind of like reality anchors from the SCP world, which could be our world, you never know. So yeah, they are kind of like that. So I guess people are still living outside despite the existence of apocalypse or whatnot.
But recently, a horde of bandits appeared in White Sands and tried to rob our resources.
Raising his plump chin, the Outland Affairs chief fishes out a letter with a grunt. By the way, the ash crystal is affecting our character. That means it has some special property. We know this. I don't remember which event it was, but one of the events, they did show up like sometimes mania can take over like a different frequency. So in that situations, the normal mania detection devices simply do not work. So maybe the MBCC chief is maybe the MBCC's equipment is tuned to the normal mania, and it is like a special mania, so they can't even detect it. So to them it's just like a normal crystal, which in turn is actually affecting the MBCC's chief, which is insane.